Hello, I'm Ben of Board Game Schoolhouse, and this is Gondor Calls for Aid, where you can come to learn how to play Lord of the Rings board games better, I hope. Today we're talking about Journeys in Middle-earth's Elena. Is there not a clip? No clip? Oh, she's made up by FFG. Okay, that makes sense. Well, could we at least get maybe a clip of somebody playing a harp?
Come back to it, my morning.
I still can't believe that harp talks.
Fine. Elena has a typical stat spread, with her spirit coming in at 4, wit and wisdom at 3, and might and agility at 2. Her fear to damage ratio is 6-4, and like most elves in the game, her inspiration limit is 5. And her unique ability lets her give her spent inspiration away to a nearby hero, making her everyone's new best friend. Whatever build you end up using for Elena, you're going to want to keep her nearby other heroes. But that's enough introduction after all.
Gondor Calls for Aid!
And Board Game Schoolhouse
Will answer.
The FFG suggested build for Elena is Musician, for which she is very well suited. It synergizes well with her unique ability, and that plus making use of the harp will keep the entire party well supplied with inspiration. Your skill deck priority should be Crescendo of Dawn, Tale of Tunavel, Endless Wonder, Durin's Song, Lay of Nimrodel, and Burst into Song. For your armor, upgrade the cloak to the Tuckborough Cloak, and then end with Splendor Well. Your offhand item, the harp, should be upgraded to Forlinden Harp, then Heart's Rest, and finally Chorus of Light. While Dagger is the suggested weapon for Elena, it is for sure not the best. If you have the proper expansions, I'd suggest that you take the short sword and then use River Calling instead of Heart's Rest. If you don't have the expansions, then build the dagger to the Gondolin Dagger and then Widow's Warning. Elena's 4 spirit is no joke, and her unique ability, when well supplied with inspiration from defeating enemies, turns into the gift that keeps on giving for the whole party. Hence, I give you Spear Maiden. You'll spend most of the game as Soldier, taking 2 copies of Sleep Anywhere, 2 copies of On Your Orders, and 3 copies of Fighting Advance. Once you have those skill cards, multi-class into Shield Maiden, where you want to work towards taking Carry the Day. While in Shield Maiden, be on the lookout for Call to Glory so you can prepare it and help replenish Elena's supply of inspiration. As the name suggests, you're going to be taking the Spear in this build. Upgrade it to the Rohirric Spear, then Fenguir, and finally Eisenhild. You're now a highly mobile support character with a strong ranged attack that includes Pierce and Smite.
For armor, start with padded armor, upgrade it to Vanguard armor, and then Ever Vigilant.
So this is a little unexpected, but it turns out Elena is probably the best guardian in the entire game. Let's talk about the items to take first. Start out with a short sword, and then upgrade it to the Eredane short sword, and then Dancer on the Wind, and in the other hand take Shield, then Reinforce Shield, and finally Foe Blind. For armor, go padded armor to Vanguard armor to Ever Vigilant to Star of the West. Now back to the skill deck priority. Start the game as Captain, taking Inspiring Presence and Battle Plan. Then multi-class into Guardian, where you should prioritize Final Defense, Ready Defense, Guarded Strike, Voice-like Ringing Steel, and Grim Resolve. In this build, stay nearby other heroes and use the shield to keep bouncing your guard cards back to you, as well as supplying nearby heroes with inspiration from your unique ability. Remember that Elena is one of those heroes that just never wants to be off on her own. Always keep her nearby other heroes and bask in the gratefulness of the party. And that's how you play Elena better. If you have an alternative build that you'd like to share, I'd love to read about it in the comments. And if you would like easy access to these builds and others, there's a link for you in the description. If you like the video, please prove it, and subscribe if you're into that sort of thing. I'm Ben of Board Game Schoolhouse, and this has been Gondor Calls for Aid, Elena. Remember, the shadow deepens, though hope yet endures.